In our daily lives, we often develop habits that may not seem harmful at first, but over time, they can slowly reduce our ability to reach our full potential. These habits, which we may not even notice, can slowly but surely make us weak and less resilient to difficulties. For example, the habit of procrastination. It's a silent predator, lurking in the shadows of our daily lives, robbing us of our most valuable asset, time. The Stoics, with their profound wisdom, urge us to seize the present, for it's the only thing truly ours. As the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." In this video, we'll uncover 8 habits that weaken us and learn how to overcome them using Stoic wisdom. We'll replace these habits with empowering ones to build strength and resilience. This isn't just about habits, it's a journey of self-improvement. So, let's step into a life worth living. Stay tuned for this transformative experience. Let's become stronger together. Number 1. Negative self-criticism. Even if it's normal to criticize oneself, a poor self-image might damage one's self-worth. Imagine you're a gardener, and your mind is a garden. Negative self-criticism is like a weed that can overrun your garden if left unchecked. It's a habit where we constantly focus on our shortcomings and failures, overshadowing our strengths and achievements. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt, hindering our progress and potential. Why should we eliminate this habit? Because it's detrimental to our mental health and overall well-being. It can lead to low self-esteem, anxiety, and even depression. It can prevent us from appreciating our own achievements and unique qualities. It can keep us stuck in a cycle of negativity, preventing us from moving forward. So, how can we get rid of this habit? The first step is awareness. Recognize when you're being overly critical of yourself. Acknowledge these thoughts, but don't let them define you. Remember, everyone makes mistakes and has flaws. It's part of being human. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This quote emphasizes the importance of maintaining a positive outlook on life and oneself. We're going to swap out our negative self-talk for empowering ones. Instead of focusing on your flaws, focus on your strengths. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself, just as you would be to a friend. Finally, view mistakes and failures as opportunities for learning and growth. Instead of criticizing yourself for failing, ask yourself what you can learn from the experience and how you can improve. This shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering. Remember, the journey of self-improvement is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time and patience, but with persistence and the right mindset, we can overcome our weakening habits and become the best versions of ourselves. Number 2, chasing perfection. Perfection is a myth. People can't be perfect. Chasing perfection is like sculpting a statue from marble. Each stroke reveals beauty, yet no sculpture is without its unique flaws and rough edges. These imperfections don't detract from the art. Instead, they add character, making each piece one of a kind. Similarly, our imperfections make us uniquely human, adding depth to our personalities. While the pursuit of perfection can drive growth, embracing our imperfections leads to self-acceptance, authenticity, and true beauty. Thus, imperfection isn't just better, it's real and it's human. Pursuit of perfection can rob us of our joy and satisfaction. It can make us lose sight of our progress and the value of our efforts. It can keep us stuck in a cycle of constant striving, never feeling good enough. Stoicism teaches us that perfection isn't about being flawless, but about doing our best and continually improving. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily." Instead of chasing perfection, we should strive for progress. We should celebrate our small victories, learn from our mistakes, and see every challenge as an opportunity for growth. By shifting our focus from perfection to progress, we can experience more joy, satisfaction, and fulfillment in our journey. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being better than you were yesterday. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In other words, the best way to improve is to focus on being better, not perfect. Number 3, dwelling on the past. Imagine you're driving a car, and dwelling on the past is like trying to drive forward while constantly looking in the rear mirror. Many of us have a tendency where we excessively dwell on past events, mistakes, or missed opportunities. This can lead to feelings of regret, guilt, and sadness, and can prevent us from fully experiencing the present and planning for the future. This habit keeps us stuck in the past, unable to move forward. It deprives us of the joy of living in the moment and the capacity to strategize for what's to come. It can lead to a cycle of regret and self-blame that can be hard to break. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot change the past, but we can control how we react to it. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Remember that man lives only in the present, in this fleeting instant. All the rest of his life is either past and gone or not yet revealed." Instead of dwelling on the past, we should learn from it and then let it go. We should focus on the present and the future, on the things we can control and change. By doing so, we can free ourselves from the chains of the past and open ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences. Remember, it's not about forgetting the past. It's about learning from it and moving on. Number 4, resisting changes. Change is an integral part of human existence. It's through change that we grow, learn, and transform. Imagine you're a river flowing freely towards the ocean. Resisting change is like a dam that blocks your path, preventing you from moving forward. It's a habit where we struggle to accept new situations, environments. This resistance can stem from fear of the unknown. It can lead to stress, anxiety, and missed opportunities. More importantly, it can prevent us from growing, learning, and adapting to new circumstances. Change is an inevitable part of life. It's the driving force behind growth and progress. By resisting change, we're holding back our own potential and slowing down our growth in both our personal and professional lives. Stoicism teaches us that change is a natural part of life and that we should accept it rather than resist it. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "The only constant in life is change." Instead of resisting change, we should learn to adapt to it. We should see it as an opportunity for growth and learning and embrace the new experiences and opportunities it brings. By doing so, we can become more resilient, flexible, and open to new possibilities. Remember, it's not about fearing change, it's about embracing it. Number 5, fearing failure. We often limit ourselves by fearing failure. Imagine you're a bird, perched on the edge of a cliff, ready to take your first flight. Fearing failure is like the wind that threatens to knock you off balance. It's a habit where we allow the fear of making mistakes or not succeeding to prevent us from taking action. This fear can be paralyzing, leading to missed opportunities and potential growth. It can cause us to play it safe and avoid taking risks, which can limit our potential and keep us stuck in our comfort zones. Fear of failure can hold us back from reaching our full potential. It can prevent us from taking risks and trying new things, which are essential for growth and success. It can keep us stuck in our comfort zones, afraid to venture out and explore new possibilities. Stoicism teaches us that failure is not something to be feared, but an opportunity for learning and growth. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Instead of fearing failure, we should embrace it. We should see it as a stepping stone towards success, a chance to learn, grow, and improve. We should view each failure not as a setback, but as a setup for a comeback. By doing so, we can turn fear of failure into fuel for success. Number 6, overthinking. Imagine you're in a maze trying to find your way out. Overthinking is like going over every possible path in your mind, again and again, until you're too paralyzed to take a single step. It's a habit where we analyze, comment on, and even worry about the small details of our lives. This can lead to analysis paralysis, where we become so caught up in evaluating options and predicting outcomes that we fail to take action. It can cause unnecessary stress and anxiety, and can prevent us from making progress. Overthinking keeps us stuck in our thoughts, unable to move forward. It robs us of our peace of mind and prevents us from enjoying the present moment. It can lead to a cycle of worry and fear that can be hard to break. By learning to let go of the need to control everything and to trust in our ability to handle whatever comes our way, Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control everything, but we can control how we react to it. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Instead of overthinking, we should learn to trust our instincts and make decisions based on the best information we have at the time. We should focus on taking action rather than getting stuck in endless loops of thought. By doing so, we can free ourselves from the chains of overthinking and open ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences. Remember, it's not about eliminating thoughts. It's about managing them effectively. As Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Number 7, comparing yourself to others. We often find ourselves comparing ourselves to others. Imagine you're running a race, and instead of focusing on the finish line, you're constantly looking at the runners beside you. Comparing yourself to others is a similar habit. It's like diverting your gaze from your own path to constantly check how others are doing. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, jealousy, and dissatisfaction. It can prevent us from appreciating our own journey, achievements, and unique qualities. Comparing others distracts us from our own growth and progress. It shifts our focus from self-improvement to competition. It makes us measure our worth based on others' achievements rather than our own efforts and progress. Stoicism teaches us that our worth is determined by our virtues and actions, not by comparison with others. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." Instead of comparing ourselves to others, we should focus on becoming the best version of ourselves. We should celebrate our achievements, learn from our mistakes, and strive for personal growth. By doing so, we can experience more joy, satisfaction, and fulfillment in our journey. Remember, it's not about being better than others. It's about being better than you were yesterday. Number 8, holding grudges. Imagine you're carrying a backpack filled with stones. Each stone represents a grudge you're holding onto. The more grudges you hold, the heavier your backpack becomes, weighing you down as you try to move forward in life. Holding grudges is a similar habit. It's like carrying around a heavy load of resentment and bitterness that can burden your heart and mind. Holding on to grudges can lead to stress, unhappiness, and even health problems. It can strain our relationships and prevent us from experiencing peace and joy. It keeps us stuck in the past, unable to fully enjoy the present or look forward to the future. By practicing forgiveness, we can free ourselves from the clutch of grudges. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting the wrong or excusing the behavior. It means letting go of the resentment and thoughts of revenge. The act of forgiving can lift the heavy load of grudges from our shoulders, allowing us to move forward in life. Stoicism teaches us that holding on to anger is like holding onto a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. Remember, it's not about forgetting the wrong. It's about letting go of the resentment. We've explored 8 habits that make us weak. But knowing about them is not enough. The real deal is to act. So let's make a promise to ourselves. Let's work on kicking these habits out of our lives, one day at a time, one habit at a time. We're not aiming for perfection, but progress. Each step we take towards kicking these habits out is a step towards becoming a stronger, better version of ourselves. It won't be a walk in the park, but remember, the harder the struggle, the more glorious the triumph. So, are you ready to take up this challenge? Ready to swap these weakening habits with empowering ones? If yes, then let's get started. Let's embark on this journey towards strength and resilience together. Subscribe our channel for more daily doses of wisdom. A daily dose can change your life.